You have such thick and beautiful hair. I usually hear it from people, but it's not true because my hair that I had back to school and now it's night and day. So I have an alopecia and today I'm going to share my hair routine with you and how I slowed down the alopecia. Why I said that I slowed down it because the alopecia, unfortunately, a chronic disease. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sabi and actually it's my second video for this channel. So I'd like to start from the period when I first learned that I have an alopecia. It was about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was really difficult for me because I remember how I tried to find trichologists because I noticed that my hair is not so thick like it was. They became thinner and thinner, and the hair fall started, so I decided to visit a trichologist. And the trichologist said that I have an alopecia. I remember how he asked also if my parents have an alopecia, especially about my father. And I said yes, and he said that's the reason why you have a genetic alopecia. I said okay, but for me it was really unexpected because about 5 or 6 years ago, people did not realize that the alopecia can be for women also. Usually it's about men. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I think now the trichologist more educational about this hair fall, about the alopecia and how to treat it, and a lot of lotion were created now. About my first visit to trichologist. I was so sad, but I remember that trichologist prescribed me Minoxidil. I think if you're watching this video, maybe you have heard about the alopecia already, or maybe a trichologist or dermatologist already prescribed you Minoxidil, and maybe you are afraid a little bit to start to use it. Okay, I remember how I bought the Minoxidil and started to apply this on my scalp, but it was about 2 weeks and I stopped because it was so difficult for me to continue to do it every day. And I decided that no, I have no problem, I have no alopecia. That's why I also stopped using Minoxidil. But after a while, after 3 or 4 years, I noticed that my hair and especially my part was so bad. Especially I noticed it is really bad on my wedding photos, and I decided no, from this moment I'm going to learn a lot of information how to slow down and treat alopecia, and I'm going to use the lotions. So I started to use Minoxidil about 3 years ago, but there was one mistake, unfortunately. And I remember how hair fall started stronger. You need about 4 weeks to slow down the hair fall, but it will be stronger for a while, for 1 month usually. And it's okay, it's a good sign. It means that Minoxidil works on you. If you have no hair fall after using Minoxidil, after starting Minoxidil, it's a bad sign. Unfortunately, it means that Minoxidil does not work on you and you should find another lotion to treat the alopecia. As I said, I started to use Minoxidil, but there was also a mistake, and I also learned it later. I learned that also I need to use a blocker because Minoxidil is a hair stimulation. So it means that hair stimulation, it helps your scalp to produce new hair, like, these baby hairs. But unfortunately, Minoxidil cannot help your hair to live longer, like a blocker. So it's really important to use them together. I usually use Minoxidil in the evenings, and after 30 or 40 minutes I apply a blocker. Believe me, it's very important to use Minoxidil plus blocker because I tried to use Minoxidil without blocker about 1 year and it was really bad and there were no results. So currently I moved to Emirates with my husband, and unfortunately it also was so difficult for me to find a blocker, but I found it. So I will show you which Minoxidil I use. I use Minoxidil, it's from the pharmacy and it's 5%. I know that there are a big variety of Minoxidils like 2%, 5%, even 12%. But believe me, you should not start from the maximum percent of Minoxidil like 12%. It's too much because alopecia is a chronic disease and you should have a chance to add more percent of minoxidil, because after a while minoxidil can work slower, like from the first time. It can be like after 1 year or after 2 years. So, and you can change the scheme. I started to use minoxidil from 5% because I can't say that I have, like, I wasn't bald, but I have a really bad part, especially central part and where is the fringe. It was really bad, but I decided to start not from the 2%, but I also know that usually the trichologists and dermatologists like to say that 2% is for women, 5% for men, but it's not true. It depends on your stage of alopecia. If you have a really bad situation, so you should start minimum from like 5%. What about a blocker? There are also a big variety of blockers, but I decided that I'm going to use DHT Deluxe. I'm sorry for the packaging. I will apply also the picture how it should be. This is DHT Deluxe, this is the blocker, and how I said, I applied after minoxidil after 40 minutes in the evenings. Also, what I would like to add, it's about your hair routine, like about your shampoo, conditioner, and about your mask. You know, when you apply the lotions, there can be thin film like on your scalp if you use the shampoo, conditioner, and mask with the silicones. It's really bad if you apply lotions for your alopecia. So it was really a little bit difficult question for me, and I started to analyze the shampoo, conditioner, and mask should be in my hair routine, which can also be helpful for my scalp and for my hair growth. So I found really good option for me. It's not so expensive, it's really affordable, and I found it on iHerb. I think that's a really good option for you also. So I will show you which shampoo and conditioner I use. It's from Purador. There are a lot of different lines, like I decided that I would like to try Advanced Therapy shampoo with the rosemary. So that's it. As I said, you can find it on the iHerb, and there are a lot of different variants. Like, I also like the blue one. I will apply the picture there. It's really good because there can be some side effects from minoxidil, and one of them it's like dry and itchy scalp, and I also had it, unfortunately. And why I shared with you also the shampoo, the conditioner that I use, because in minoxidil there is the alcohol in the list of the ingredients, and when you have dry and itchy skin, of course you should moisturize it. And if you use the conditioner without silicones like Purador, it's okay for you to apply it also on your scalp, like for 2 or 3 minutes, and your scalp will be really better. Another option that I use, like instead of the conditioner, it's a mask. I think you know this mask. It's one of the most favorite masks in our world, from Garnier. It's also without silicones, that's why I use it in my hair routine. I usually use with the aloe and with the banana also. I don't know, especially, I think maybe there are also some another mask without silicones from Garnier, so I should check later. I already shared with you my hair routine and how I slow down the alopecia. I will apply again the pictures, how it was and how it looks like now. You can also have a look now to my part and to my hair. It's really good. I have frizzy hair, to be honest, not like a glass hair. And maybe it will be better for me to use curly method, because my hair is also curly when I don't brush them. But for me, it really takes time and I have no patience to do that. So guys, what I also would like to say about the alopecia, that alopecia is about your patience, it's about discipline. So you should apply the lotions every evening. You should not hurry. So it takes about 4, 6 or even 8 months from the starting use lotions to see the first results, and it's okay. And please don't forget to take pictures and how it after 2 or 3 months, because when you can see like even little results, it will be better for you and you will be motivated to continue your hair routine, your alopecia routine, and to have better and better results from the time. If you have any question, you can ask in the comments, and maybe I will record another video with the questions and explanation what I use, how it was. I hope that the video was useful for you. And as I said, it's my second video for the YouTube channel. My name is Sabi, and I'm gonna just to share my life, about my life hacks, about my routine. And unfortunately, the alopecia one of the worst thing in my life. So that's why I decided to share it with you guys, because to be honest, when I first faced with the alopecia, it was really hard for me to realize that I should be really disciplined to have better results. Also, there was no information about alopecia, like about minoxidil, and I really did not know what I should do. But after a while, there enough information to explore that. But don't forget to visit your trichologist first, because it's also really important just to understand your diagnosis. Because, you know, when you have hair fall, it should not be an alopecia first. It can be just diffusion hair fall, or maybe you have some vitamins deficiency. Usually I know that people can say that it's about my ferritin, I have really low iron, but in my case the ferritin does not work, unfortunately, because I remember when I first tried to test my ferritin, it was 7. After a while, when I decided to take some iron, it became like 30 or 40, but my alopecia was not better. So maybe it will work for you. That's why I say to you that first you should visit a trichologist just to understand your diagnosis and what is with your hair now, with your scalp. Also, there are some situations when you can have a hair fall because of your seborrhea, for example. It also can be. So guys, please first visit a trichologist, but if you have a diagnosis with the alopecia and you don't see any result, please be patient because you will see some results after a while. And don't forget to take some pictures, and I wish that your hair will be really thick and beautiful and gorgeous. Thank you guys for your attention, and subscribe to my channel. I will share my life in Abu Dhabi. We moved here with my husband 3 years ago. I will see you in my next videos. Bye!